Hey Ricky, I just want you to know that I spread my butt cheeks as Mike Honcho. Hey Ricky, I just want you to know that I spread my butt cheeks as Mike Honcho.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Enforced Drift Competition week number 6. We got a banger for you guys today here with Road Atlanta. We got a bunch of hot names coming up through the ranks right now. We have a top 32 battle. We're going to have some big battles today. Starting it off hot with Hillary's a Thought and DMI Foul. We're going to have Foul in the chase position in that purple S15, and he'll be giving chase to Hillary in the blue S15. So we're at the lights and ready to go here. We'll be getting kicked off here in just a moment. All right, drivers are taking off from the light here for this first battle of the top 32 week 6 Enforced Drift Competition. Looks like Foul having to gain a little bit of speed here, coming through the first inner zone, coming up through outside zone number 2. But Hillary has a bit of a jump on him, but drops a tire there. Foul starting to catch him, apply pressure through that third outside zone. Little bump there. Nerves are showing here a little bit, coming through that final inside zone. Sorry, second to final. Coming to the end there. A little bit of an awkward battle. I think drivers are just getting their warm-ups in here. Pulling up. All right. Drivers are going to pull back up to the line. We're going to swap those drivers. We're going to have Hillary in the chase position, giving chase to DMI Foul. The battle of the S15s. Alright, drivers are at the light. Waiting to go here. Right, drivers take off, and again, that lead car is getting some distance on them coming down the hill. Hillary not throwing a huge flick, just trying to catch up through him to the first inner zone. Coming up the long stretch, up the hill, throwing lots of angle to catch Foul. Foul just really filling out that zone perfectly. Looks like Hillary is starting to catch up to him. I mean, lots of pressure now coming through the last 2 zones here. This one's going to be a little bit tricky here. There's a couple of mistakes on that first battle. Ruben, what are your thoughts?
I'm gonna have to give it to Nick based on the clean run.
Yeah, I agree. Foul just had a couple of bumps there, had a lot of distance to catch up here. So Foul, you will not be moving on to the top 16 battle. Hillary, we appreciate it. We will see you again in the top 16. We're going to move on down to our next couple of drivers. All right, so looks like for our next driver, we have FTR Nick and Jimmy Calvano. Give me 1 minute while I get these drivers in here. All right, so for our next battle, we are going to have Jimmy Calvano in the chase position, giving chase to E92 Nick. This is one of those big battles here. Custom cars, because both of these drivers have podiumed in the last VDC competitions we've held, so we're expecting a big banger of a battle here coming into this second battle of the top 32. We're waiting for drivers to get up to the line here. And Nick in his custom E92 with the crazy livery. All right, drivers are waiting for the lights here. Taking off here. Looks like a lot closer distance there. Big flick from our chase drive, really putting it on his door. A little bit of contact though. Fortunately, it looks like it made Nick straighten out just a bit. Coming up the long stretch of the hill here. And Jimmy really trying to apply that pressure to Nick here, coming down through outside zone number 2 or inside zone number 4. Inside zone 5 and inside zone 6, and Jimmy had a little bit of a mess up there, bumping into Nick on the entry and just trying to catch up the rest of the way. We're going to swap those drivers around. We'll get Nick in the chase position.
That was a hell of an entry, I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, that was a big entry. Lots of flick. I mean, he flicked it and really caught onto his door there coming through the entry. All right, drivers are swapped around. We have E92 Nick in the E92 giving chase to Jimmy in the red S15. Drivers taking off from the line here. A little bit more distance there. Nick not throwing a lot of angle, coming in hot. Lots of contact there. Looks like he's going to try to catch up through the rest of the track. Looks like he's already caught up. He's going to apply lots of pressure now. Jimmy dropping a couple tires right there on the inside, having to bring Nick to almost a complete stop there. Coming through inside zone 5 and 6 here. Yeah, that was a rough one. I think, I don't know what Ruben's opinion is. I think I'd give that to Nick just because of the couple of biffs there from Jimmy. Man, it looks like a couple of these big drivers are already getting knocked out of this top 32. That's how you know the competition has risen quite a bit. Fortunately, Jimmy, you'll not be moving on. We have Nick moving on to the top 16. We're going to bring up our next couple of drivers. We have Drift Corp and Ricky Bobby. All right.
Yeah, that was a hell of an entry, but unfortunately that contact is what caused him.
Yeah. The contact there, I mean, they both had a little bit of contact, but I think what really threw it over the line there was Jimmy dropping a couple front tires there on his lead run. So unfortunately, that's what happens. You never can tell. I mean, Road Atlanta is a hell of a track to really get your bearings under you. So, all right, moving on to our third battle of the top 32. We have Ricky Bobby giving chase to Drift Corp. So drivers are going to pull up to the line. Give me just a second while I get my end set up here. All right, Ricky Bobby in the tan S15. All right, Ricky Bobby, another battle of the S15s here. We got Big Wang Gang, Ricky Bobby giving chase here to Drift Corp in the blue S15. Drivers are at the light, way to go. Taking off here. Yeah, a lot of S15s here. Road Atlanta just brings out the S15s. All right, big flick, and it looks like Ricky Bobby made a little bit of an error there. Now he's got lots of distance, but he looks like he's already caught up. I mean, he's starting to catch him. Lots of left foot brake and missing that zone a little bit, but Drift Corp dropping a tire there through the big back corner. And he's starting to catch him now. I feel like I'm seeing a lot of nerves there. Lots of angle from Ricky Bobby, throwing it out of control. All right, we're going to swap those drivers around. We will get Drift Corp in the chase position now in the blue S15, giving chase to Ricky Bobby in the tan S15 with the gigantic wing back there. All right, drivers are at the light and ready to go. All right, drivers are taking off. Looks like Ricky Bobby had a little bit of a bump in the cone there, but decided to send it anyways, and it looks like it might have thrown Drift Corp off a little bit. Drift Corp dropping a couple of front tires there. Ooh, throwing lots and lots of angle there, trying to catch up, low angle through that corner and over rotating. Just a little over rotation there. This is going to be a tricky one. I've seen quite a few issues from both drivers here. I mean, in all honesty, I would call that a 0-0 for both runs from our chase drivers. Ricky with the too much angle there in the last corner, and then Drift Corp too much angle. So, Ruben, what do you think about it one more time?
I'd go one more time for sure.
Yep. Foul. Do you agree?
Yeah, I'll do it one more time as well. I mean, both leads were kind of unchaseable.
Right.
For both drivers.
Yep. And as in typical enforced fashion here, we only have one more time battle allowed. So we're gonna get these drivers back up here. So we are going to have let's see here. We're going to have Drift Corp in the chase position this time. So it's going to be opposite of the first battle. So Drift Corp in the chase position, giving chase to Ricky Bobby. All right, drivers are up to the line, ready to go here. Drivers are taking off from the line. A little bit of a lag there from Drift Corp in the blue S15. He's going to have some room to make up here. Big, gigantic flick coming down through the hill. Dropping 2 tires there, unfortunately. Oh, man.
Well, chase driver is allowed to drop tire. Only lead driver.
Yep, Drift Corp over angling there. Yep, Ricky Bobby so far. But we do still have another battle. We have to give Drift Corp that lead position here now. Run it back one more time. So we will get Drift Corp in the lead position with Ricky Bobby giving chase here. And if Ricky Bobby can just throw down even a half decent chase line, I mean, I think we'll see a Ricky Bobby moving up to the top 16. Drivers are at the light, ready to go here. Taking off from the line again, a little bit of lag, but a bump from Drift Corp on the cones there. Deciding to continue. Big flick from Drift Corp from Ricky Bobby. Lots of handbrake, having to slow down a little bit. Ooh, a little bit of a straight in there, coming up through the hill. And Drift Corp barely touching that zone there in his lead position. Bobby just staying, looks like he's staying pretty calm here. Ooh! And Drift Corp.
Yeah, that's Ricky for me, man.
Yep.
Good job, Ricky.
Ricky will be moving on to the top 16 here. We're going to move on down the line. We appreciate it, Drift Corp. As always, we appreciate you being here, and we will see you again next week. So, all right, moving on down. Now we have Drift Bros and Segs. So we will get some drivers in here now. And where is Segs?
I got him.
All right, so drivers are pulling up to the line as we speak here. We're going to have Segs in the chase position, giving chase. And he looks like he is in another S15. He will be giving chase to Drift Bros in that JZX with another gigantic wing. Drivers are at the light. We are waiting to go here, and we have a green. Drivers taking off. Down the hill, good proximity coming down the hill. Coming in for a big flick, and Segs looking like he is throwing big angle to keep up on that door. Great entry for both drivers. Yeah, looks like he's maintaining great proximity coming down through here. Lots of left foot brake from the lead driver. Almost threw off Segs there with the last zone.
A lot of tire drops from lead driver as well.
Yeah. All right, we're going to swap those drivers around. We're going to get Drift Bros in the lead position here. I'm sorry, in the chase position here.
That was a decent battle.
That was a decent battle. Yeah, that was the cleanest battle we've had yet. I know those first couple of battles in the comp, they're just always nerve-wracking because you're the first guy up. You haven't had a little bit of time to sit and kind of watch and relax.
Sitting at that line, man. Fingers
Yep.
Feet
Yep. Yep. All right, drivers are at the line. Looks like Drift Bros is going to have a little bit of a gap to jump here, though, but he wants to stay right up on Segs' floor, come down to the hill, which looks like he's timed it pretty well. Drivers coming down. Big flick from our lead driver, Segs, throwing massive angles through there. And looks like, yeah, unfortunately, Drift Bros dropping a couple of tires. Segs is really pulling out the points there. And look at now, Drift Bros finally has the car settled, dropping a couple more tires.
No tire drops for Segs. There was a lot of tire drops for Drift Bros on his lead. Got to keep in mind, chase driver can drop tire on this track.
Yeah, but I think if we,
yeah,
I was gonna say I'm going Segs for sure.
I'm gonna go Segs based on the proximity and the clean run on the chase.
Right.
I'm going chase for chase.
Drivers. Yep. All right, we are going to move on down to our next battle. Segs, we really appreciate it. We will see you in the top 16 battle going up against Ricky Bobby. And Drift Bros, we appreciate you coming out, a rookie here in the Enforced Drift competition. We will see you again next week here. So let's move on down the line. Now we have Anthony Taylor going up against Soul. So Anthony Taylor and Soul.
Give a shout out to the sponsors real quick.
All right, so we also want to thank GridStyleUSA.com for the sponsorship. We also have the EF boys here. We really appreciate your sponsors. Feel free to hop on over to their respective Discords for more information. Also, just so you know, our three judges here, me, GridStyle, we also have DMI Foul as a judge, and Ruben. We are the management of the Enforced Drift competition, so we really appreciate you guys being out here to watch. Feel free to like and subscribe on the YouTube channel. So for this next battle, we're going to have Soul in the chase position, giving chase to Anthony Taylor. All right. Looks like great proximity here from Soul. Looks like he dropped a couple of tires there, though. Like Soul is in that Evo 10, giving chase to Anthony Taylor there in the custom A90 Supra. We're going to swap those drivers around here. We will get Anthony Taylor in the chase position here.
Watching it back here, Soul kept up with Anthony throughout the whole
Yeah, we
track.
had a little bit of a technical difficulties there, so we missed a part of it. We might have to go back and watch some replays, but swapping those drivers around here, we have Anthony Taylor in the chase position, giving chase to Soul in the Evo 10. Massive flick there. It looked like he almost didn't time it right in that chase car. Has a lot of distance to make up here, and that first outer zone there is a good spot to do it. Come through inside zone number 4. It looks like he's finally settled the car in. He's really starting to apply the pressure now through inside zone 5 and 6. Really applying the pressure there through the exit. Yeah, he was.
So really quick, on that solid yellow line coming to initiate, lead driver could not cross that line. Soul did cross that line if you want to go back to the replay.
All right, we're going to jump back to instant replay. You said, oh, actually here, just give me a second here. Looks like instant replays.
You're not supposed to cross that solid yellow line. Soul did cross it.
Bear with me, it doesn't look like instant replay is going to work on this one.
Yeah.
Well, we have our own private instant replay here for the judges, so it looks like we're going to...
I'm watching it back on the stream here. Yeah.
Yep.
Right on the other side of the whole line. Yeah, it's pretty much a 0 for Soul on his lead.
Plus, I did notice that Anthony didn't drop as many tires as Soul did.
Yeah, I think I agree.
I'm probably have to go with Anthony on this. Just because Soul zeroed out on his lead.
Ruben, your thoughts?
I'll have to agree with you. He did cross the yellow line.
All right,
plus
so
tire drops. Yeah, go ahead.
Yep. Anthony Taylor, you will be moving on to the top 16 battle. Soul, we appreciate you coming out. Unfortunately, you will not be moving on, but we would like to see you again here next week for our Week 7 Enforced Drift competition. So we will move on down the line here. Looks like our next battle, we have another big one, EF, Yoshi, and Corwin. So let's get some drivers in here. All right, so it looks like drivers are in the chat here. Give me just a moment here to get this set up. And we're going to have
You can
Corp.
back out and join again to get the replays going.
Yep.
You're gonna have to give me 2 seconds here. I'm having some issues at the house.
Yes, go do what you gotta do. I'll run a little quick commercial.
All right, we're going to go to commercial. We'll be back with you in just a moment. Yoshi, are you here?
Yeah, I'm still around, bro.
Oh,
I just
okay.
muted myself.
What's up, nigga? You wanna talk some shit? Call me. Start some shit, bitch.
Sup, fool? You gonna talk shit about me, homie? Where you from?
Hundreds of niggas is waiting for your motherfucking call, and they all talking shit about you right now.
You wanna sell that shit? Call these motherfuckers ASAP.
Yeah, I said some shit. What? Man, fuck you and your bone spurs.
The hardest niggas is standing by, ready to pick up that phone. Buff niggas, dark niggas, Asian niggas, white niggas.
Suck my dick, bitch. Fuck you.
1213-373-4253.
Just dial, nigga. I'll fuck you up.
Deaf niggas, classic niggas, racist niggas, mystery niggas, psycho niggas, dog niggas, Jewish niggas.
You got some motherfucking nerds calling me out Shabbat on some little bullshit ass nigga. Better calm that shit down and come around here and show me some fucking respect before me and my Jewish niggas come up here and beat your ass, nigga. Off top.
Niggas is talking shit. Call now.
$4.99 per minute.
All right, and we are back. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We have drivers pulled up to the line here. We are going to have Corwin in that 400Z, or just the Z, as some people call it, the elitists. And he will be giving chase to Mr. Yoshi there in the RX-8. So drivers taking off from the line there. Big flick from both drivers. Corwin applying a lot of pressure, but looks like he made contact and over-angled. And he's got quite the distance to make up here if he can salvage this run. And looks like Yoshi just filling out all the zones, still running a great lead line even after the contact. Corwin trying to catch up here, but that was a big mistake coming through that entry. That entry is wicked, and it looks like Yoshi dropped a couple tires there at the very end. I don't know if that's going to count. We'll might have to go to instant replay for that.
I think
It was one.
it was one.
All right, well, we're going to swap those drivers around. We're going to have EF Yoshi in the chase position now in the gray RX-8. Val, what are your thoughts on this track?
Pretty simple looking track, but it is hard. I won't lie. I personally had some trouble with this track with the entry and coming out that horseshoe.
Now, is it just like the timing? Because it seems like a lot of times it's the timing for that entry there.
Entry, yeah. A lot of times the timing for that entry and how you come up to the top of it as well. So
Sure. Right.
Right.
All right, drivers are taking off. This time, like I said, we have Yoshi in the chase position. Yoshi making big contact there. Man, we had big contact from both of our chase drivers. Yeah, I think, I mean, I don't know how to, and it definitely stopped Corwin in his tracks in the lead. So we didn't even get a lead for lead to compare these two. So I think we're going to have to go one more time there. Judges, do you guys agree?
I agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll do it one more time.
So we're gonna swap these drivers back around. So then that means Yoshi will be in the chase again here, and we will have Corwin in the lead. Yoshi just laying waste to that rubber on those tires there. So Corwin, you will be in the lead position now to start this second one more time battle. So getting Mr. Yoshi up to the line. Yoshi from EF Team Effernescence. Don't know how to pronounce it. That sounds cool. Drivers are taking off from the line here. Hopefully we can get a good entry here. And it looks like Yoshi's playing it a little safe. Doesn't want to make contact right there through the first inner zone. But he's going to have some distance to make up here. And again, coming up that hill, you see a lot of drivers in the chase position gain massive proximity there. He's still got a bit of a distance, though, to Corwin there. Just running that 400Z.
Pretty quick in that Z, man.
Yeah, he is. That was fast. All right, drivers are going to swap back around. We are going to get Mr. Corwin in the chase position. All right, Corwin pulling up to the position here. He will be in chase, giving chase to Yoshi in the gray RX-8. Looks like he's trying to time that jump there on the light. A little bit awkward, but it looks like he's going to keep proximity coming through the cones there. All right, drivers are coming down through this big entry. And again, Corwin playing it a little safe, but not as safe as Yoshi was through the entry there. Really didn't want to make contact again. Lots of left foot brake there. Yeah, great proximity from Corwin. Coming down through that. Yeah. I mean, really giving him a very chaseable lead there. This is going to be tricky, judges. What are your thoughts? We're on the one more time, so we can't do another one more time. We're going to have to pick a winner.
Yeah, I'm probably going to Corwin.
Yoshi gave him such a fire lead that he just kept his proximity.
Right.
Yeah. Bro, I ran out of gas.
I don't think Corwin did a bad lead though. I think it was just Yoshi tried to play it safe.
It was just
on
a
that
pace
entry.
thing. I was used to a lot faster entry.
Right.
It definitely threw me off.
Good driving.
All good. No
guys,
complaints.
man.
Good runs.
Yep, good drive. All right, drivers, we are going to have Corwin moving on to the top 16. We appreciate it, Yoshi. You'll stick around here, hopefully, and give us some help with the technical side of things. So we will be moving on down to our next battle. ASU Drifts, a previous podium driver here, had first place in a street comp not too long ago, and he will be going up against SC Filmed It. So let's see. And Mr. ASU Drifts. All right, so for this next battle, we're going to have SC Filmed It in the chase position here, giving chase to ASU Drifts. We got another RX-8, BDC RX-8 with the rotary, screaming up to the line. Ruben, have you had any time on this track, or are you pretty familiar with it?
Yes, I've had a little bit of fun in it.
Where do you think the most difficult point outside of the entry is?
Outside of it, it's gonna have to be the first entry, man. It's gonna have to be.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
first.
Because I feel like in lead position that hill climb coming up through that first outside zone is tricky, but it seems like these chase drivers are really catching up right there.
Getting the next 8 drivers to join really quick.
All right, we're gonna. I would say let's wait a second here and let some of those people join in here. I don't want to give any lag to these drivers, so we'll just give it just a second.
I do have a minute commercial.
Yeah, we're gonna run to a quick commercial, guys. We just want to make sure that these drivers get a good battle in without any lag. So, run to a quick commercial. Please enjoy.
If you're dumb enough to buy a new car this weekend, you're a big enough schmuck to come to Big Bill Hell's Cars. Bad deals, cars that break down, thieves. If you think you're gonna find a bargain at Big Bill, you can kiss my ass. It's our belief that you're such a stupid motherfucker, you'll fall for this bullshit. Guaranteed. If you find a better deal, shove it up your ugly ass. You heard us right. Shove it up your ugly ass. Bring your tray. Bring your title. Bring your wife. We'll fuck her. That's right, we'll fuck your wife. Because it's Big Bill Hell. You're fucked 6 ways from Sunday. Take a hike to Big Bill Hell, home of challenge pissing. That's right, challenge pissing. How does it work? If you can piss 6 feet in the air straight up and not get wet, you get no down payment. Don't wait. Don't delay. Don't fuck with us or we'll rip your nuts off. Only at Big Bill Hell. The only dealer that tells you to fuck off. Hurry up, asshole. This event ends the minute after you write us a check. And it better not bounce or you're a dead motherfucker. Go to hell. Big Bill Hell's Cars. Baltimore's filthiest and exclusive home of the meanest sons of bitches in the state of Maryland. Guaranteed.
Hey, Ricky. I just wanted you to know that I spread my butt cheeks as Mike Honcho.
Alright, we are back from a quick commercial break here. We're going to move on down to our next 8 battles here. We have Mr. SC Filmed It in the RX-8 giving chase to ASU in that R32. Driver's taking off from the line here in that beautiful wide R32, throwing a massive flick coming down into the entry. And it looks like SC Filmed It caught up a little bit there, but he's having some struggles keeping up with that R32. Again, catching the proximity there through the horseshoe. And a little bit of contact there on the transfer. Yeah, unfortunately it threw him off. Alright, well, we're going to move on. We're going to swap those drivers around and get Mr. SC Filmed It in the lead position. And ASU Drifts will be giving chase in that R32. Man, that is a good looking car.
Yeah, sounds great too.
That thing is wide as can be. All right, so drivers are pulling up to the line here. We have ASU Drifts, a previous podium driver, giving chase to SC, filmed it in the RX-8. Driver's taking off here from the line. Looks like he's already lost a bit of that proximity here. He's going to have to throw something big and straightens out after the line, drops a tire. Lead driver dropping a couple of tires too. That was a little awkward. He may have to just judge it off that first run.
Gotta keep in mind, SC filmed it. This is at an incomplete pace.
Yeah. It's gonna be, I think it might just come down to that first battle. Yeah.
Probably gonna have to go with ASU on this one.
Yeah, because it was a 0-0 here on that on this battle that just happened. So, all right, so ASU will be moving on to the next battle here. He will move on to the top 16. Gonna go up against some real heavy hitters when he gets up there. Mr. Filmday, we appreciate you coming out to Drift Force Week 6 BDC Comp. We appreciate it. We will see you again next week, and we are moving on down to EF Shuya versus Masco. So we'll get some drivers up here.
Show him Shuya, dude.
Yeah, Mr. Shuya.
Wow, it's very nice.
Very nice.
Well,
Good morning, boys.
all right, well, it's very loud.
You got me.
All right, so usually drivers keep a little bit of, not super loud, but I guess it'll work. So we have EF Shuya giving lead to Mr. Masco. So give us 1 second here while we get the setup. So looks like Matt.
Are we allowed to do one practice run?
No.
No.
But it's go time, buddy. Yep. All right, so Masco in the chase position in that S13 hatch, giving chase to Shuya in the blue RX-7 here. Driver's taking off from the light. Looks like it's going to be a little tricky. He's going to have to throw something big here to catch up to him through the first entry, and he does throw something massive, but looks like he goes a little bit outside of the line there. Yeah, Shuya is really putting down the heater. Ooh! Looks like he came to a stop, yeah. I think Shuya threw too much there and coming into the horseshoe. But look at these two drivers battle now. Oh my goodness. Yeah, those drivers are both coming in hot.
Pretty good lead from Shuya there.
I'm not sure what exactly happened in that lead though when he came up to the horseshoe. It looked like he was almost about to go outside the line and just stomped on the brakes to slow down.
Shuya
yeah, Shuya. It almost looked like he came to a stop, but got on it right in time that Masco didn't take him off the track. All right, so we got the driver swapped around here. We have Shuya in the RX-7 giving chase to Masco in that DCS 13 hatch. Drivers are coming down the hill, and they had some big entries coming through that first battle, and they not disappointing on the second battle. Big entry. And Shuya is starting to apply that pressure coming in through this second outside zone here. Lots of angle, lots of throttle. He's trying his best to catch up with Masco coming through there. Ooh, a little bit of a slowdown and break. Drivers keep
probably gonna need a replay.
Yeah, that was a little tricky. I really want to see what happened with Shuya on his lead because it might have thrown off Masco a little bit coming up through that second outer zone. So we are going to jump to a quick replay. Give us just a minute here to get that set up.
Let me know when you have it and I'll put it on.
Yep, I will tell you in just a minute. What's wrong? Oh, there was. Alright, so who is in battle first? Let's see here. So
that was
Masco was in chase first, so we're gonna. Looks like the replay is set up and ready to go here whenever we can get that up on on the big screen. All right, so this is the first battle here. Give it a second here. Drivers take off from the light. So right here, I mean, it looks like he threw it a little just wide. Shuya is putting down a heater coming up through there, but right here, like he almost throws it out of bounds and catches it last second before Masco wipes him out. Just awkward. I don't necessarily know if that's gonna ding him too hard, but and then
That was a pretty good lead from Shuya. Did what he was supposed to do.
Yeah. All right, we swapped those drivers around here.
Masco was lacking a bit on the proximity.
Yeah. I was gonna go Shuya, whatever.
Let me actually set this up with perspective of.
Pause it.
Alright, there we go. And we'll back this up here. We'll do this. Alright, so this is that second battle.
Yeah, the RX definitely had a cleaner and more better proximity in my opinion.
But what was that? I mean, would you guys consider
good
that?
Good lead from Masco. Yeah, I mean, Shuya still had the proximity throughout the whole run.
I'm gonna have to go RX.
Maxo had caught up at the end. Shuya's lead was a bit better. I'll have to go
Alright, so real quick, I just want to have the judges take a quick look at this. So the only thing I see on this chase run is maybe a possible straight in here. I mean, it wasn't long right here. No, he kept some angle. Yeah, he had some angle.
Yeah, that's Shuya.
Alright.
I give it to Shuya there.
Ruben?
Shuya, RX-7.
Yep, alright, so it looks like Shuya will be moving on to the top 16. Masco, we appreciate you coming out. A rookie to the Enforced Drift competition, I believe. So we appreciate you swinging by here. We hope to see you again next week. Alright, we will be moving on here to Team Maasta and Young. And DMI Foul will be hopefully bringing those drivers over here in just a moment.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so we're going to have Young in the chase. So let's see here, Mr. Young Remerin. Young Remerin. He is up. They're lined up, but give it just a second here. I think we're looking for Young.
He's not. I don't see him in the VC.
I mean, he is lined up and ready to go, so.
Yeah, just said
Yeah, I don't see him in the VC, so I guess we're just going to run it. Alright, so drivers are lined up at the line and are ready to go.
Easier.
Here we go. Alright, so got flashing lights, got the green. We have Young in that blue BRZ giving chase to the red BMW at 22. A little bit of a distance there coming through. Ooh, it looks like lead drive through. A little too much speed coming through there. A little bit of a bobble there from the lead drive as well. Coming up, really making it not super easy for Young to chase this run. Look at Young applying the pressure now that the car's all dialed in. Really putting the pressure on that red BMW. Team Maasta with the lead position. Alright, so we're going to get those drivers swapped around now. We're going to have Team Maastas in the chase position in that red F22. He'll be giving chase to Young in the blue BRZ. So drivers are pulling up to the lights as we speak. What did you notice most about that first run there, Foul? Anything stick out?
A lot of corrections from Young on his chase, honestly.
Yeah. All right, drivers are taking off here. We have Team Maastas moving chase. Looks like he might have just lost a little bit of proximity coming down the hill there into the entry. Coming in hot with lots of contact. Looks like both these drivers are trying to get their wits about him. Like they finally have. Looks like Team Mastas is actually putting up a pretty good proximity here, having a lot of left foot brake to try to stay in the pocket. Young is finally starting to catch that lead run and really actually keeping some pretty good speed through those zones.
If it wasn't for that, I'm sorry to cut you off. If it wasn't for that contact, I was gonna go with Teamsta, but yeah, that contact got me, man. Probably Young on this one.
Young. I mean, if we look back at their first battle, I mean, both the drivers bobbled a bunch. I feel like I saw quite a few issues from the lead. Yeah, well, we're gonna run back through the replay. We just want to be sure here. Give us just a moment while we set this up here.
I was gonna go team there for a second. Be honest with you, because
Young sure our calls.
Young did save it, but he did hit him. That's the fucking problem.
All right, so
there gonna be any replay on the?
Yeah.
We're running back a replay real quick here. So let me get to.
Let me know when that replay's ready.
Yep. Give me 1 second. I'm getting over to Young. Oh no, that's not Young. There we go. So this is Young on, I believe, the first battle, his chase. All right, so I'm ready when you are, Ruben.
Replay's ready.
Yep. He sat there for a while. There we go. All right, so this was Young's chase, that first battle. And yeah, both drivers having a little bit of a bobble there coming through the zone coming up, and then Teamster had an awkward second outer zone there, but it looks like he's kind of gained it.
He had a great lead. Did everything he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
He had a great lead.
I think just based off of that contact, I think you're probably right, Phil.
Yeah, man.
All right, let's jump over to the next battle.
Just because he had a cleaner chase.
If he didn't have that contact, man, he would have got that.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so this is the second battle.
I almost want to say one more time, honestly, but
yeah, but
yeah, but that contact is bigger than anything Young did.
Even though the rest of the run was clean, it's just
yeah, I think I agree with you guys.
A lot of corrections from Young's lead though. Like it wasn't the smoothest lead. I'll have to admit that.
Yeah, but I mean, some corrections versus a pretty big mistake.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think I agree with your first verdict. Where
I'm gonna stay with Young.
Yeah, we're gonna send Young on. All right, so Young, we'll be moving on to. We'll be moving on to the next.
I just felt he was on throttle late. Now to look at it, it's not as bad as I thought.
Yeah, he didn't slam on his brakes or lock his tires.
Nah, I just
you know what I mean?
felt he was on throttle like at the inner clip instead of before.
All right, well, we appreciate it, Mr. Team Mastas, I think is how you say it. Teamsta, I don't know. No, whatever.
Right.
We appreciate you being here. We hope to see you again next week, brother. All right, we will be moving on to the next battle. We are going to get Mr. Ecstasy and JP Wolf in there. All right, and it looks like Mr. JP Wolf will be in chase. Giving chase in that blacked out RX-7. Screaming with the rotary. Kind of scares me. Don't want to get too close.
Santos didn't fall asleep on his road like last weekend, man. Because he is the next battle.
Well, somebody's going to have to show up to his house, pop a couple caps off in his bedroom, and wake him up. We need Santos up in here. We need some of that Santos pressure. All right, so drivers are at the light here. We have JP Wolf in the chase in the RX-7, giving chase to XC in the blue S15. Lots of S15s in this battle. Looks like JP Wolf's going to have a little bit of work here to catch up. And it looks like our lead driver dropping a tire there. Coming through that fifth inside zone. I'm sorry, fourth into the fifth inside zone. Both those cars are screaming. Not great proximity from our chase drive. Lead drive had a couple of little mistakes. A single tire drop, which doesn't affect the scoring, but just something to notice. So we're going to get these drivers swapped back around. We will get Mr. JP Wolf in the lead position, and Ecstasy will be given chase here. All right, Ecstasy is pulling up to the line here. We're gonna have that S15 screaming, giving chase to the RX-7. I don't know about what proximity is gonna look like because I'd be scared to death of that RX-7 with that road. Screaming. All right, driver's taking off, coming down the hill here. Big flick there from Ecstasy. Looks like he's starting to catch him coming up through the hill. Probably going to dive on him here through that inner zone here. A little bit of a slowdown from the lead drive, but it looks like Mr. Ecstasy is starting to apply some pressure through the 5th and 6th inner zones. Single tire drop from lead drive there as well. All right. Again, a tricky one.
Need a replay on that. I need a replay. I'm sorry.
That's right. No, I'd rather do a replay and be sure about our position than not. So, all right, we're gonna get.
Just for a second, just based on me watching, Wolf did do a big correction on his lead compared to Ecstasy. But let's watch the replay.
Let's take a look here. So, this is this the first battle? JP Wolf in the chase, I believe it is.
Let me know when you're ready.
All right, so all right, go ahead and swap it over.
We're ready.
All right, so drivers are at the light here. Give it a second here for them to take off. And drivers take off. So this is the first battle. We have JP Wolf and the RX-7 giving chase. And
a gap, but
yeah, a bit of a gap. And then
I'm really watching the lead driver here, see where if he drops.
I mean, he single tire dropped through that first outer zone, the big one, but nothing crazy. And there as well, yeah, singles all the way around. But I mean, the chase there, I'm not gonna lie, the chase was almost non-existent. I don't think at any point you had any real proximity on him. All right, so if we swap this over and go to Mr. Ecstasy's chase here, so. Alright, driver's taking off, heading down the hill.
Ecstasy did have a little bit more procs. Starts to losing there.
And a little bit of a slowdown there. It's happened with a couple of drivers.
Yeah, it's a good thing you didn't slam into him.
Yeah. I mean, it happened with Teamsters too, I noticed. And granted, I mean, the line was clean. It was just a little bit of a slowdown there, almost like they were coming in hot.
Sorry to cut, but I'm probably have to do it one more time.
One more time? I'm voting Ecstasy on that. He had a couple of single tire drops, but I think single tires are good. They're fine, unless the rules have changed. Ruben, what are your thoughts?
It is it is a bit of a deduction for the single tire, but it's not as
it's not as big, and what I'm looking at is the chase.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Ecstasy because Wolf did have a good correction at the very beginning.
Well, I guess Ecstasy moves on.
Ecstasy, you will be moving on to the top 16 battle. Wolf, we appreciate you coming out here. We will see you again next week here. And something happened here.
Oh, definitely. GG's, boys.
Yeah, we appreciate it. And we will see you again next week. Great runs as always. We know Wolf is a big competitor, and I'm sure we'll see him up in the podium soon. All right, so moving on to the next battle, we are going to see Diaz racing in Santos. Santos will be in the chase position, so hopefully Santos is not asleep at the wheel. And no, he is not. We will get a big battle here from Santos and Diaz racing. And let me move these drivers up here, so I'm going to find Santos. Am I not seeing Santos?
Santos? Sorry.
He's in the server, but I don't see him in the VC here. And then I'll grab Diaz Racing. He's right here. There we go.
I do not see Santos in the server.
I mean, he's sitting up at the line, so.
Yeah, we can still send him. It's fine.
What it is. All right, so Mr. Diaz Racing will be pulling up to the line here in just a moment, giving lead to Santos in the chase. Oh, there's Santos. Alright, Santos will be giving chase in that BDC livery. S15, he will be giving chase to Mr. Diaz Racing in the reddish BRZ. So we're at the light waiting to go here. Driver's taking off here. Santos has done really well in past competitions, so I'm excited to see what he can do here today. Lots of angle in there, trying to catch him through the entry through zone number 2 to outside zone number 1. And it looks like Diaz had a little bit of a bobble there, but he seemed to caught it. Santos really applying the pressure now to the last 2 zones.
I can automatically tell you we didn't get a replay. Unless Santos has like a crazy lead, she always does, honestly.
Yeah, we're going to have to see what this next battle has to offer. So Santos is going to be in the lead position, and Diaz Racing will be giving chase. Give me just a moment here to find where Mr. Diaz Racing is. 1 second. There he is.
Diaz right there.
Yep. All right, so drivers are at the light, ready to go here. We have Diaz Racing in the BRZ, giving chase to Santos in the BDC livery. S15 drivers are taking off from the line. Santos already catching a huge gap there coming off the line. He was quick. Coming in, lots of angle. And Diaz not doing a terrible job at trying to catch up, except oh man, he goes off track just a little bit. And he's doing his best to try to catch him now, but this is going to be a losing battle here just because Santos got that massive gap. And Diaz going, I think, 3 tires off there, cutting the corner a little bit. I mean, honestly, throwing down as fast of a line as he possibly can, but I would honestly mark that as a, what is that called?
Santos gapped him, man.
Yeah, just such a big gap. It was, what is that called? Non-existent chase.
Incomplete chase.
Incomplete chase, that's what I was thinking. So, judges, what do you guys think? I'm voting Santos.
I'm going Santos.
Yeah.
Probably
good job,
Unfortunately,
Santos.
I think if we would have had a closer chase, it would have been, we would have been thinking about it, yeah. All right, so Santos will be moving on to the next battle, and for our 12th battle of the evening, we're going to see Donovan Vincent versus Noisy. Noisy will be in the chase position here, so let's get these guys out of here. All right, Donovan Vincent giving lead to Noisy, coming up quick here. And let me find Noisy here in the server.
Is that
Noisy,
you? Is Don Birkin? I'm pretty sure.
Don Birkin is Donovan, I believe. Where's
Joshua.
Noisy?
Joshua.
Yeah. There he is. This is Noisy? Oh, I guess so. All right, so Mr. Noisy there in the chase position with that Shelby Mustang. Yeah, we've got a couple of Mustangs today. This is going to be a Mustang battle. There's contact all over the place. All right, drivers taking off from the line here. Coming down the hill. And lots of wiggling coming down that hill, trying to get that big whip to the first zone. And it looks like Noisy is applying pretty good pressure there. A little bit of a bobble and 2 tire drop from Donovan, unfortunately. They're going to finish off this run there, and as I expected, a little bit of contact here. Can't go without contact in a couple of Mustangs after, so doesn't surprise me. So unfortunately, Donovan dropping a couple of tires there. I mean, that's unfortunate because I thought the rest of the lead, I mean, he was putting down a pretty good lead. He just threw a little too much speed coming up to that hill. All right, we're going to swap those drivers around. We will get Mr. Donovan in the chase position. Mustang versus Mustang, giving chase to Noisy. So drivers taking off from the line here now. Get proximity, at least come down the hill. No massive gaps. Hopefully we can see a hell of a chase. Really put it on his door. Lots of angle. Massive angle from Noisy. I don't know, it looks like it caught Donovan off guard a little bit. And now he's having to correct to try to catch up. Noisy filling out the zone, putting down a heater of a lead line.
Yeah, perfect lead.
Yeah, perfect lead. Yeah, Noisy. Nothing massive. Nothing that was glaringly obvious. I think that's pretty obvious. That one's going to go to Mr. Noisy. Judges agree?
I agree with Joshua.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Joshua, a.k.a. Noisy, a.k.a. Sideways Force, a.k.a. top 32 winner will be moving on. All right, so Noisy moving on to our top 16. Unfortunately, Donovan, we appreciate you coming out. Did pretty well last competition, as I remember, so we hope to see you again soon. All right, so moving on down to Andrew, Cheris, and Tiny Frog, and I think we're going to a quick commercial here, if I heard correctly.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to a quick commercial. We will see you guys back here in just a few minutes.
Hey, Ricky. I just wanted you to know that I spread my butt cheeks as Mike Honcho.
All right, welcome back to the Enforced Drift Competition Week 6. You got our judges here, Ruben, DMI Foul, and myself, Grid Style. We are back with the second half of the top 32. We have Tiny Frog in the chase position, giving chase to Andrew Cheris. Drivers are at the lights, ready to go here. Tiny Frog in that. Oh, Tiny Frog is having technical issues.
Tiny Frog slept on the light.
Oh, we're gonna
The light didn't work for me.
What's that?
The light didn't light up. It's like lit up and not resetting.
Okay. I'm gonna have to give him a countdown there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give him a countdown.
I can just go when he goes in
No, just
case, but
countdown.
oh yeah, countdown. Yeah, I'll need a lead too.
Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Taking off from the light there, had a couple of technical difficulties, and Tiny Frog's going to have a little bit of a distance to make up. Tiny Frog coming in hot, already catching the proximity. Looks like he made a small mistake there, though. Too much angle into that uphill zone there. It's a little bit of a tricky zone. Getting a little too much angle there as well. Yeah, unfortunately, he is making a couple issues there. Cheris just running on him, laying down a perfect lead, near perfect.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, and my frames are skipping everywhere. I couldn't drive at all.
Okay, so.
All right, technical difficulties from Tiny Frog.
He's still chasing.
We can ask Andrew if he's down to do a whole rerun.
Yeah, no problem.
If that's an option.
Ooh,
No
Andrew.
problem. No problem.
No problem. Okay, Tiny Frog.
Yeah.
You guys can reset because Tiny Frog is having some technical issues. Just trying to keep things fair for everybody.
Andrew the gangster saying let's rerun it. He wants all of the
I appreciate it, man.
No problem.
Yeah.
If it continues, lag's lag, man.
I'm here for fun.
Yeah. Good sportsmanship from these drivers. All right, drivers are lining up at the light. How are the lights looking for you, Tiny Frog?
They worked last run, so.
Okay, all right, cool. All right, so drivers are at the light, ready to go here. Lights flashing in 3, 2, 1, go. Tiny Frog probably going to throw some massive speed coming through that entry like he did that first run. Really got a chance to catch up here, and he's trying his best, but Andrew laying down a great line again. Tiny Frog doing the dive. Ooh, Andrew dropping a couple of tires there through that zone. Tiny Frog doing his best to catch up, and it looks like the guy is gaining quite a bit of proximity coming for that final zone. He's getting up there. A couple of issues there. Great lead from Andrew. It looked like he might have dropped 2 tires, but we'll have to look back at that if it even matters here after the second battle.
I think Drew also, I don't know if he crossed it or just stepped a tire off the yellow line, but we'll watch on the replay.
Yep. All right, drivers are pulling back up to the line. We're going to have Tiny Frog in the lead position with Andrew Cheris giving chase in that blue S15. Drivers are at the light, taking off. And Tiny Frog immediately crosses that line. Not to worry though, Tiny Frog coming up that first outer zone in the hill. Dropping at least a tire there. Lots of angle, great contact. Coming down, massive angle to that end.
Gonna have to
Both drivers crossed the line though.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm gonna have to give it to Drew. Just
Oh,
basically.
both drivers crossed it. Can you get a replay really quick, Grid?
yeah. Let's look at the replay. Let's just take a look at this because this was a little tricky. So.
GG's by the way, Frog.
Yeah, GG's. Thanks for the second run, man.
No problem.
All right, it's gonna take me a second to realize which one was the first battle, and which one was. Oh, I guess the rerun was.
That's the first. Oh yeah, okay. I understand.
Second here. Go and. So was this the? Yeah, so
Yeah,
that was
first
that one. All right. All right, so this is the first battle. Let me know, Ruben, are you ready?
Ready.
All right. Here's the first battle, so we'll take a look here at Andrew to see if he crossed that yellow line, because if he did, it's going to make things a whole lot. No, yeah, he did.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Big cross the yellow line here. Tiny Frog coming through. And this, I think this one, he was dropping frames, so yeah.
This is the,
frame
this
drop.
is the run where...
We reran it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Right here. It's going to be the actual first run.
Yeah, this is the actual first run. Alright, so, Tiny Frog in the chase. Andrew in the lead here. Wait a while, or oh, there we go. All right, so driver's taking off here, and yeah, it crossed it even on the real run. Massive angle coming through that first corner. Tiny Frog just a ways back, having a fight to keep up. Dropped 2 tires there in the lead. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yeah. Since they both crossed the yellow line, I just cancel that and judge it beyond that, just to save up one more time.
I mean, both drivers crossed the line, so I guess.
Let's look over and just make sure.
It's gonna be one more time.
Tiny Frog.
Their first one more time.
Cross the line. All right, so yeah, I'm saying run it one more time. We had too many issues on that one, so all right, we're gonna run a one more time battle. So the way this works is we're gonna swap the drivers from their initial run, their very first run. So that would mean Tiny Frog in the lead, Andrew in the chase. Give me just a minute here to get this set up. So Andrew, Cheris, there we go. All right, so we're gonna run this one more time. So drivers, just beware that straight yellow line coming down the hill. The lead driver cannot cross that line. So drivers are lined up at the lights, ready to go here. 3, 2, 1, go. Coming down the hill. Tiny Frog keeping some distance on that line this time. He is not making a mistake there again. Coming through the first corner there, looked like Drew went a little wide there, but starting to catch up to him coming up the hill. Big dive move. Ooh, Tiny Frog dropping a couple of tires. A little bit of contact there, nothing to be ashamed of. Coming down through that 5th inner zone and into inner zone number 6. Yeah, just a couple of tire drops. Otherwise, we had a pretty clean run. All right, we're gonna swap those drivers around. We will get Tiny Frog in the chase now. Keep in mind, drivers, we only have one more time battle in the Enforced Drift series, so this is gonna be it. It all comes down to this. So Tiny Frog is down a run here, unfortunately, with the 2 tire drop. So we're gonna see Mr. Andrew Cheris see what he can put down here in terms of the lead. All right, drivers coming down the hill. Lots of speed here. Big flick from both drivers. Tiny Frog working to try to catch that door. Big dive coming in through the outer zone number 2. Ooh!
Spins it.
Ooh. Alright, this is going to come down to now what's more important, the over angle or 2 tire drop?
That's basically an incomplete run from Andrew there. I'm going to have to go with Tiny.
Yeah, I mean, with the incomplete run, we don't really have anything else to judge it on outside of that, and all Tiny had was a 2 tire drop. So, Tiny, you will be moving on to the top 16. Andrew, we appreciate you being out here. We hope to see you again next week. I can see you're definitely a competitor, so I'm sure you'll have some great runs in here in the future. And
thank you.
Hopefully take podiums. So.
Yeah, man, those are good runs.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to one of the biggest battles of the evening. We have Chico and Will Holloway. So let's get some drivers up here in the VC.
Yep.
Will and Mr. Chico de Incognito. El Chico me gusta queso grande, as some call him. Alright. And looks like in this run we are going to have, who is that? Will in the chase position, yeah. William Holloway. And looks like Will is running that S14.5. Gangster.
First time in the S chassis for Will.
I know. He might not ever go back after these runs. I mean, who knows? All right. Will in the chase position. He looks like he's gonna run it from all the way back there. No, just kidding. He's gonna rip a couple of fucking Donettis to warm the tires up. So He is pulling up to the line here, giving chase to Chico in that custom E92. Bright red and white wheels. I'm not sure what's going on with those wheels. A little odd, but oh my god, it's gonna give me a headache.
Hypnosis.
Wheels. Yeah. All right, drivers coming down the hill here. Chico in the lead. Will looks like he's sunk back a little bit, but I'm sure he's gonna catch him coming up through the hill here. Chico looks like he's putting down a pretty good lead, but a little bit of a straight in there. And Will just trying to keep it on him, but it looks like Chico bobbling a couple of times here in his own custom car. Chico, man, having some issues there in the E92. Yeah, that was a little awkward for Chico. All right, we're gonna.
These are new cars for Chico. I will say that he's never ran VDC VDC.
Maybe like 2 weeks and a half into him, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen Chico in the AE86, and he can put down a line. He's sure coming back, hopefully, here to give us a good chase. So, all right, Chico will be in the chase position now. Drivers are at the lights, taking off. Chico looks like he's not waiting around for Will today. He's not waiting for that lead driver. All right, Will edging it up on the line, but not crossing it. Chico going way too far inside. Straightens out, has a couple issues, goes off track. Chico just having a little bit of troubles with his car today. We know we've seen Chico put down some heater battles, so I'm sure he is probably not too happy with himself after this run, but we know Chico's an excellent driver. So Chico, unfortunately, you will not be moving on to the top 16. Will moving on as we expect from Will. Chico, thanks for coming out, but Will moving on to the top 16. Hopefully we're going to see a good battle between him and Tiny Frog in the top 16. Chico, we appreciate it. All right, moving on down to our next battle of the evening. Second to last of the top 32, we got Bod M and SC Sim Young. Again, a couple of big-time drivers here, so Bod M and SC Sim Young. All right, and we are going to have SC Sim Young in the chase position first. And SC Sim Young and another S15 with the VDC livery.
Yep,
seen a couple of those cars. Yeah, S15's dominating the Road Atlanta track, and looks like we have Bod M in that VDC JZX with the big Wang gang.
Yep.
All right, gang. All right, drivers are at the light, taking off. Looks like a little bit of a lag there for Sim Young, but no, I've seen Sim Young drive a number of times, and he is fast. Throwing massive angle coming through there. Coming up through outside zone number 1. Big gap, but drops tires from Bodie. Man, that was a big gap. He had everything to win.
Oh no!
Burp over-rotated. Losing all
Yeah. All right, we're gonna swap those drivers around. We are going to get SC Sim Young in the lead position, and Bod M will be given chase.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't know how to judge that because
I think the tire drop was the biggest thing, because then they both had to get back into it, so it threw off Sim Young's line. But the tire drop, he came to a stop in the grass and then had to take off. All right, drivers are at the light, taking off for the second battle. Looks like Sim Young coming down with some heat. Bodie's gonna have a lot of room to take up. Looks like throws a reverse entry and then has a big straighten over angles. Couple of issues for Bodie here.
I'm just gonna call it just automatic one more time because I mean there's nothing to judge.
I'm voting Sim Young. I don't think Sim Young
caused
any of those
Sim Young had contact in his chase.
Yeah, but it was after the 2 tire drop. I mean, he went off into the grass completely.
I don't think he. The reason why he could make contact was because Perps over-rotated. In other words, with too much angle caused.
Let's go back and watch the replay. Yeah, let's go back. Because I personally, I think after Bodie had to get back onto the track, I think both of their lines were thrown off. So then the contact came directly after that. So let's take a look here. All right, so so this is Sim Young, and this is, I believe, the second battle. So.
Right there.
All right. So. All right, I'm ready whenever you are, Ruben.
Ready.
All right. So these are the drivers taken off. We are viewing SE Sim Young on his chase, which was the first battle. So had a lot of distance to make up through massive angle and through there. Bodie stretching the track there a little bit, but here's where the issue came in. So he dropped 2 tires, came to a near stop. Sim Young had to come to a near stop. I think it threw off both of there, and then over angled there a little bit.
You see that over rotation?
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm going Sim Young.
Yeah, Sim Young for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so Sim Young, you moving on. All right. Sim Young moving on to the next one. Bodie, we appreciate you coming out this evening. We hope to see you again back here next week. All right, and we have Doorbanger and Force. All right, hopefully this is a big battle here. We have one of the Night Kings boys. I think this is their first appearance here in N Force versus EF Force. Which is obviously one of the contenders we see pretty frequently. So we are going to have Night King's Doorbanger in the chase position to start. One of those gorgeous Super A90s. Force will be giving him a lead run here coming up soon. All right, drivers are at the line here. We have Force in that R33, and he will be giving a lead to Night King's Doorbanger in the A90 Super. Drivers are taking off from the light here. Throwing big flick in that lead position, almost coming in reverse there. And it looks like that A90 is having a little bit of struggle trying to catch up to him coming up the hill. Looks like now he's starting to get it on him. We're going to see some pretty close battle for the second half of this race. All right, coming down through the hill, and it looks like a little bit of awkward driving there for both drivers through the final outside zone. It's a bit of an awkward run. I almost think the A90 was on track to just pass him coming through that second to last inner zone. A little awkward. We're going to swap those drivers around. We're going to get Mr. Force in the chase in the R33, giving chase to that A90 Supra driven by Night King Doorbanger. Mr. Doorbanger in the lead, taking off from the light here. We're going to see what kind of run Mr. Force can put down here. All right. Big flick, and Force really putting it on him already. Coming through the entry. Ooh, a little bit of a bobble there on that bump. I think that bump lost him a little bit of speed, but he's going to try to catch him here. Coming through the second half. Yeah, a couple of tire crashes for Force, and he over angles. Unfortunately. I mean, did you see any issues from Doorbanger on his chase?
I mean,
a little bit of a correction here and there at the end.
Yeah, but nothing.
Yeah.
He didn't zero out that run, right?
For sure.
Yeah, so I mean that kind of unfortunately just knocks Force out of the running.
Yeah, I'd probably have to go with Mr. Doorbanger here.
Yep. All right, Doorbanger, you will be moving on to the top 16 battle. Mr. E.F. Force, your time ends here, but again, another contender. There's a couple of drivers in this competition that are just absolute killers in practice, but they just don't get the best luck here in the Enforced Drift series. So Force is one of those guys. We hope to see him go far in one of these comps here soon. So Force, we appreciate it. And we are going to take a quick commercial break before we move on to the top 16. Thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe. We'll be right back with you.
Fucking Aussie. So here's what I say to you, cunt. Fucking drink a slab at the crack of dawn. Get that up, ya.
Yeah, unjustifiably in a position that I'd rather not be in. But the cream rises to the top, oh yeah.
Yellow Lion Gang Productions.
Guys, your toast would get soggy.
Cause you'll never, ever, 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 ever be a G. Cause you'll never, ever, 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 ever be a G. Cause you'll never, ever, 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 ever be a G.
You will never be a G. Gold medals on my feet. White and gold Giuseppe's nigga, that'll be a G. Got your bitch round with me, shoulda never let her leave. I'm a dog ass nigga, and you know I play for keys. Got your hoe poppin', Molly smoking medicated weed. Got your hoe gimme sloppy, why I estimate my cheese. Why you niggas pillow talking like a bitch? I'm getting rich, spin a bin, sippin' lean in Memphis 10 with 3-6. Whack ass rapper, fake ass trapper, should win an Oscar the way they actin'. Mayday action, mayday action. When we come through with it, y'all stick blasting. Pay for a feature, I don't wanna meet 'em, I don't wanna meet 'em, cause we're not equal. You not gangster, you not gangster, you not gangster, you not either.
I done sold them grams, rob niggas for cash. I done busted thumper on plenty niggas' ass. Broke down plenty bills, so much clientele. Went to jail with never tell, but some of you niggas will. Cause you'll never, ever, 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 ever be a G. Cause you'll never, ever, 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 ever be a G. Cause you'll never, ever, 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 ever be a G. Cause you'll never, ever, 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 ever be a G.
Welcome back to the top 16 of the Enforced Drift competition, week 6 here at Road Atlanta. We got some big top 16 battles coming up here soon. To start, we have Mr. E92 Nick giving chase to Hillary. So drivers are taking off from the light. We're getting right to this top 16 battle here. We had a pretty impressive run from Hillary in that first top 32 battle. So I'm excited to see what Nick can do up against him. And Nick has fallen behind a little bit. He's being semi-good proximity there. It's starting to look like he's starting to catch that door. So coming through the fifth inner zone there. Really good proximity through the sixth zone. All right.
Good battle.
All right, drivers are going to swap positions here. We're going to get Mr. E92 Nick in the lead and Hillary, Mr. Nick Sarantino. We got Battle of the Nicks right now. Forgot.
Right. Both Nicks.
Yep. Got some of that big and Nick energy, if you know what I'm saying. All right, so drivers are pulling up to the light here. We have Mr. Nick Sarantino here in the chase in that blue S15, giving chase to E92 Nick and Maasta E92. All right, drivers are taking off here. Big flick from lead driver there. Looks like Sarantino having a little bit of issues straightening out just a little bit. Ooh, big straightening contact there. Looked like he knocked him out of position there. So I'm gonna just wait till the very end of this run, just in case. And you see the speed on Sarantino there, that last little stretch. Oh my God, he launched it like a rocket ship.
He did.
All right, so
that's what made him go so fast.
what's that?
Nick Sarantino straightened out, making him gain all that.
Right,
speed,
right.
pushing
Well,
him
that I don't know what you guys, but I'm pretty sure that was a E92
Oh, yeah.
Nick dub. Yeah.
That's
All right.
something for Nick.
Unfortunately, the couple of small mistakes that were made by Hillary, you will not be moving on to the grade 8. But Mr. Nick, we appreciate it. Hillary, we hope to see you again
Thanks,
back
guys.
here
GG.
next week. Yep, you had a killer first battle there with Foul, so we're excited to see what you go and do in the future in Enforce. Nick, moving on to the grade 8, we're going to move down to Ricky Bobby. Ricky Bobby in the top
Ricky
16.
Bobby.
That's not a sight you see every day, but Ricky Bobby, beloved by many, one of our favorites here at Enforce. And we have Segs in the chase position. All right, so we're gonna get Segs in that chase position, giving chase to Ricky Bobby. All right. Where is Segs? Give me one moment here.